to Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist, your not so typical self-help podcast for therapists, healers, and helpers. I'm your host, Shauna Lovin, a seasoned therapist with a rebellious spirit. This season, we are redefining freedom, fulfillment, and stability without burning out, self-doubt, or playing by the rules of a broken system. We are cutting through the noise and exploring what it means to truly live life on your terms, not by what society expects of us. No more chasing an illusion of success that leaves you drained, because we are embracing the beautiful messiness, the sometimes chaotic journey we call life. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's dive in. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Between a Hot Mess and a Therapist. Today, we are actually going to talk about human design. I know I mentioned it quite a bit, but today we're going to actually dive into that just a bit today. This is not meant to be a full teaching, but just a place of understanding. Okay. Have you ever caught yourself having an entire board meeting in your own head? I know I did. I was sitting kind of at my desk, sipping on some coffee and telling myself, okay, Shauna, you're just a projector and you have to wait for the invitation. You don't have to force it. You manage your energy, you manage your emotions and track your cycles. I had this running commentary like a sports announcer narrating every move that I made. And then I caught myself thinking, this doesn't feel like freedom. This feels like another damn job description. I was cranky, exhausted, snapping at my husband, snapping at the kids, and secretly Googling, why does my human design make me feel worse? That's when I realized I was trying to live my human design the same way I had lived every other self-care, self-help strategy or hustle hack. And that was something that actually had to change. So what is human design? It is a system that combines ancient wisdom, modern science, and divine spirit to be used as a self-discovery tool. So for all of my psych people out there, think Myers-Briggs, your Enneagram, or any other personality measure meets the chakra system, astrology, and then put that on steroids. Human design teaches you how to deprogram and break up from societal norms, rules, and whatever regulations they've placed on us. So instead, it actually teaches you who you are, who you uniquely are, your unique talents, your unique gifts. This is kind of like your personalized instruction manual to your life. You know this is a part of you. It's not something that you have to find or discover or anything. It's something that is innate in you already. And so human design can help you manage your energy, set boundaries, and connect with your clients more authentically, or your people just more authentically. And it can help you build just a life and a practice around who you are and not who society is asking you to be or telling you to be. So really, let's look at what it is. Let's break it up a little bit. So here are the ancient systems that are connected to human design. So let's start with Western astrology. Think about this is your archetypes and timing. It has a lot to do with timing as well. The I Ching is your hexagrams, and this is your 64 gates, which is like your DNA markers. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Your chakra system, there are 9 major centers, which was actually expanded from the 7 traditional ones. They are centered down from head to feet, down your body, and that's kind of like your energy hubs or energy centers. The Kabbalah is based upon the energy channels, and this is what's connecting your centers back. The quantum physics, this is where the information constantly is moving and flowing through your body. And then you have to put it all together. And there's this map of you. And this is showing you this is what you kind of look like on paper. So understand that. Another few things that we should look at just for a general understanding is there's an energy type, You could be a projector, a generator, a manifester, just to name a few. This is like your energy blueprint for movement, interaction, and how you rest. They're all very different, and you need to know what your actual type is so that you can make changes based upon that. Your strategy and authority. This is how you best move through life and make aligned decisions. This is also the best way to engage with the world, and it's your internal compass for decision making. Your centers, they can be defined or undefined. Your defined ones are the colored ones in, and this is consistent fixed energy that comes from you. Versus if they're undefined, this is like the sensitivity, the receptiveness, the fluidity, but the energy comes from other people outside of you. Then there's your profile. This is the role that you play in life and how you relate to the world, and it's also your learning style if you didn't know. Your incarnation cross. This is your soul's broader theme or life purpose. If you look at what your incarnation cross is and compare that to what you actually do in real life, it becomes super obvious. It just does. Your definition is the last one. This is how your energy flows within the energy or within your body itself. And so just knowing all these different pieces can help you understand who you really are and maybe who you should be. I'm not going to tell you that's what you need to be, but who you should be. So I remember when I first looked at my human design chart and I was thinking like, what the fuck is this? Because it was a lot of shapes and lines. Some of it was colored in, some of it wasn't. And I didn't know what any of that meant. And it was super confusing. And I just was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And then some time passed and I decided to really lean into it and pick it up and really understand it. And that's when I realized how well, if you know your design, how well it can work for you and how you can make changes in your life based upon that and see your life just change in general. And the thing about it is that most of us come to human design already exhausted, already burnt out, and we're overgiving, overworking, overmanaging everyone else's needs. And we just want some kind of relief. And then you start to Google and look on the internet and it starts to feel like there's all these rules and there's all these things that are attached to it. And you become desperate and you think sometimes some things work. And then you also think like, oh, there's too many damn rules for this. How am I supposed to get it right? And you get burnt out again. But here's the thing. When you turn your design into another productivity checklist, you're not breaking free from anything. You're not resetting yourself. You're just rebranding the same old shit on that hamster wheel. This is the frustrating piece. This is the, piece where you feel like, are you doing enough? Are you being enough? And that feeling doesn't really go away when you're in your head about it, not in your body. Human design can definitely, absolutely become another shiny system to be weaponized against you and that we use against ourselves. And the shadow side of things, this is what makes us feel worse and how we just continue to approach it from our hustle brain. And I've had moments where I told myself, well, I must not be good at this projector thing because I wasn't seeing any changes and I should have already been successful. But that's the poison. That's the way that we turn liberation into self-punishment. And the system can become another thing, like I said, but we beat ourselves up for it and we don't slow down to really figure out like, what do we need to change or how, this can help us. And us helpers, especially, oh my God, we are the experts at turning anything and everything into like some kind of weapon against ourselves. Like we are, because we're too much in our head. And I want to say that our body don't lie. I know mine don't. And when you start to notice that brain fog, that insomnia, or just being like wired or tired crash system that you have, and you can't stop your scrolling, or your body is just begging for rest. I remember when my shoulders were like, up to my ears, and my jaw was like clenching, and I felt like I was chewing on freaking concrete sometimes. That's the buzzing that I get under my skin, and it felt like a little bit like electricity. That's my nervous system saying, like, you're still in survival mode. Burnout doesn't always look like you're laying flat on the couch. It can look like a fake it till you make it kind of rest situation if you let it. The scrolling, the numbing out, and the procrastination. It's real. So saying that, you're taking some time off and then you don't because you're too busy doing other things, that is not helping. I'm just saying, it is not helping. And we have to stop pretending that we are aligned and that we are doing well for ourselves when we're trying to teach other people how to do that. I realized that I had been doing things, quote unquote, wrong because it doesn't automatically change things, or things just aren't automatically different. That is what I like to say is the in-between space. It's that limbo where you called yourself out on what you're doing and trying to live differently, but things just aren't clicking yet. For me, the messy middle is when I realized that I didn't trust myself without rules. Like, it was like I wanted the blueprint and I wanted freedom, but because there were no rules and you just kind of went along with it, I had a problem with that. So I decided that it was something that I needed to change, and that the uncomfortable feeling, the unsexy middle that nobody wants to talk about, that's what I needed to lean into way more. It was like sitting on the floor crying because you waited for the invitation and nothing happens. It's like you're feeling bitter, but you shouldn't feel that way because something tells you that your level of success or the way you look at success is different. And that you have to look at what are your old patterns that keep coming up, because those are the ones that you need to let go of. So here's the thing. Human design is not meant to be a job or performance or another checklist or any of that. It's meant to be permission to experiment without attaching your worth to the outcome, permission to notice what feels good in your body, permission to not get it right on the first time, or maybe not even the 10th time. It's less about productivity and more about nervous system safety. I think of it as like gardening. You don't just go in and yanking out plants from the roots to check to see if they're still growing or even growing fast enough. You tend the soil, you give it space, and you just trust the process. You trust that all the time and all the attention that you have given this plant is going to grow and it's going to bloom. We are the exact same ways. As helpers, we have to reframe human design as a tool for soul-rooted living. It's not a productivity. It's not another checklist. It's about creating safety in our bodies so that the strategy and authority aren't just ideas. There's something that becomes a lived and felt experience for us. That's why we need to slow down so that we can have that emotional clarity that our body is seeking. It is not in the instant answers. It's not giving yourself the space that you need for the wave to come through. It's about sitting with yourself in the uncomfortable middle so that you can have that clarity. When we actually live our human design in this slower, imperfect, messy way, we show up differently for the people that we serve. We're just not pouring from like this burnout space. We aren't modeling wellness as a disguise. We start to model what it looks like when we choose rest, when it takes time, that we have chose to let guide be our, trusting that we are guided in the right direction and not from this place of panic. That's where the real service happens. We're showing what it looks like to be human in process, to stumble, to recalibrate, and to still keep going. And that's not really the point. Not that we have to be perfectly aligned to be rebooted, or that we have to live life like it's yours or not yours. It's about the ripple effect that we have when we are in alignment. It's the ripple that has on other people, and it goes into our work, it goes into our family, it goes out into our community. So that's why you have to live a more aligned life. So maybe today that means that you check in with your body before you decide to say yes. Or maybe you choose to close your laptop when your body says no. Or maybe it's when you let yourself nap without feeling guilt. Or maybe it's noticing when you're trying to perform your design instead of just living it. It's the small, unpolished moments. That's where the magic truly lives. So, if you want to know how your human design can help you live differently and live more in alignment, I encourage you to download the free human design chart that you can find the link below. Or if you want to go deeper with this, make sure you sign up for a human design reading. I hope this was helpful. Until next time. There you have it, my friends. Another episode in the books. Remember, it's okay to be a hot mess sometimes. It's all a part of the journey we call life. Until next time, stay rebellious, stay authentic, and keep embracing the beautiful messiness of life. Want to learn more about your unique energetic blueprint? Make sure you download your free chart and learn how it can help you make choices that are aligned with who you are and not who society expects you to be. Please visit ShaunaLovinLPCS.com for more information. Anything mentioned in today's episode will be linked in the show notes. And if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you subscribe, you share with a friend, leave a review, and keep coming back for more.